Hello and welcome, this is Necroarcane and this is Paladin, Champions of the Realm, a fan theory. After I did a video about a theory about the crystals, and a lot of people just said, oh, this guy did it, this guy did it. So I decided to do another video that another guy did it, Nuclear Sharkhead, a big thanks to him. I love his videos and I love his work, and I'm actually a really big fan of him. I'm not trying to copy him or anything. This is just building on one of his theories, the Viktor unit. But this one is more of a general theory about the champions and a past event that changed their lives. Now, we all know that Liane is a high military ranked officer with her own military unit, but this unit that she have under her control right now is not the same as she had I'm gonna say 5 years ago, because I have this kind of a math going on. I'm probably gonna explain it later. So, well, I'll explain it right now anyway. So I have Tyra, which she looked like in her late 20s. I assume this happened 5 years ago, when Tyra was like in her early 20s, even like between 24 and 21, something like that. And even Kanessa, which was part of this unit, was a teenager at that moment, under the supervision of Strix. So let's go to theory back there. So Liane has this unit, I'm going to call it the Viktor unit. Viktor was the sergeant of this unit, and he only took commands from Liane. Now, one day, a person arrived, and this person is actually one of my favorite tanks, is Ash, having orders from a person that started to make a lot of appearance lately, the magistrate. Now, we know that this magistrate is some sort of a wizard or a really high-ranked government official. We know this from the Terminus voice line.
The magistrate commands, I eradicate.
And he is really powerful, and he can give orders, and everyone has to follow. So Viktor, of course, had to follow this order with Ash. So Ash tells them that they have a mission to retrieve a artifact. So Viktor gave the order for the unit to move on. Now, on the way to the location of this mission, they get ambushed by a Gorlak. This creature has been making a lot of appearance in the game, especially in the Tyra voice line, which is actually, she's one of my favorite characters in the game. She say,
I defeated a Gorlock with my bare hands. These foes will be of little trouble.
And we know that this Gorlock is extremely dangerous animal, since Viktor did really run one from it. This is confirmed by Liane voice line.
You've run from Gorlocks. You should have run from me.
Now, of course, a fight break out, and Viktor is the first one to flee the scene, because I assume he has some bad experience with this creature. A lot of soldiers dies, or at least some that we don't care about, or soldiers that don't make appearance in the game as champions. Now, Tyra here, being the badass she is, killed this creature by herself, or only using her hands. That's confirmed by her voice line. Again, refer to that. Now, when she kills him, she actually take a really bad hit, and she is really badly injured, leaving her out of commission for the rest of the mission. Now the team decide to continue, now down 2 members, Tyra and Viktor. The only 2 are remaining, or 3, is Ash, Strix, and Kanessa. Now they continue to this location. They find this artifact that they are looking for. Now this artifact is guarded by a stone giant called Terminus. Now I assume here Terminus' name is not the same as now, because I assume he has some different name as before. Yeah, confused? Get used to it. Now Terminus kind of warn them. I assume he warned them. It doesn't attack directly, because stone giants in the game supposed to be these gentle and wise creatures. So he gave him a fair warning, but Ash, being the really good soldier that follow orders no matter what, attacks, and a fight break out. Now Strix does not contribute to this fight, because From his looks and voice lines, he doesn't like a lot of he doesn't like to be in a war or a battle, and I assume he's really someone who is really connected to the nature. Now, seeing this fight, he kind of just freeze there and do nothing. Can I see this as a sign of weakness? Now, the the fight end up by Ash killing Terminus, or at least Terminus that we know now, breaking him to pieces and collecting him alongside with another artifact that he was guarding. Now Strix see this and start to question everything that he knew about the military and if he's actually doing something good. Now from there he just disappeared. I assume he disappeared into some wild or as a jungle because from the looks of his cards and his looks again, it looked like someone who would just stay in a really thick forest or a jungle, just stay there. Now Kanessa see this as a sign of betrayal, since I assume that Strix kind of picked up Kanessa when she was a child from some destroyed place, and he kind of raised her as his own, turning her into this soldier. So I assume that also that Kanessa joined the army at a really young age, since I assume like 14 or something like that. He was a child soldier. Again, this is a medieval fantasy sci-fi world, so I assume that child soldiers are not something unusual. Can I see this, like I said, as a sign of weakness, and everything that he told her, she kind of also leave the army and to join, or at least to go to the frontiers. This place is basically a lawless land. Think of the Wild West, to become a bounty hunter. So back to the base, we have a disgraced soldier who just abandoned his own team, a very badly injured good soldier, and one who just disappeared, and another one who just going to leave. Now trying to get discharged of the army because of her injuries, Viktor get demoted from a sergeant to just a normal foot soldier. From we kind of see that this come from the Leanne voice line.
You're no leader. You're just a foot soldier. Expendable.
She treated him like a normal soldier, that is someone who is expendable. And I assume he go to another unit to form another one that he commands now. Now Tyra is just left the army and decided to be a hunter, or at least this is a sport for her. Terminus now is the weapon of destruction under the command of the magistrate. Can I say he's a bounty hunter? Strix, nobody knows where he is, but a lot of people want him dead. Leanne now is really pissed off at all these characters, and I guess that from all the lines against Ash,
I had respect for you, Ash, but I've been wrong before.
Ash is someone who has basically no honor, and I assume she's really a war criminal. Now this is another time for another video another time. This was Necroarcane. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will subscribe and like this video. So, like I said, this was Necroarcane. Please comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time.